Where are you?
Right in here.
Over here?
Right here.
Okay.
I'm going to show you something. Let's see. Smiley, G-I-T-F. Does you want to see the back side of Smiley? This desk here, the bed and that bureau all come from the dump. It wasn't in the furniture. It was pieces of wood.
And you built it?
Yeah, that was my business more or less.
Oh, I didn't know
was a
that.
cabinet maker, yeah. And I got married, and I was 10.5 years married, and then she decided she didn't want me no more and left me. And then I got married again. Had 43 years, the most beautiful marriage anybody could have. And then I lost her.
What was her name?
Frida. F-R-E-I-D-A. Swedish. That's my boy. He looked like a hippie then, but my boy found all these on Nantucketer.
Man, that's a lot of arrowheads. Where did he find them all?
In the ground.
Wow. He found all these on Nantucket, huh?
Yep.
That's pretty nice, Reggie.
They're about 4 years old, most of them. He's got about 10 or 11 in there. You have to come by in the summertime because this is full of dahlias. He's a dahlia freak.
What's your son do for a living?
Carpenters.
Yeah, just like his dad, right?
Yeah. Right now he's not in between, but the boss is away, and he left him some things to do, and he doesn't want to put some of the fixtures in before the painter gets there, so he took a few days off so he could work in the yard.
Oh, you got yourself a little buddy.
Yeah, we had 3 one time. No, we only got 1.
Is he a sweet one?
Oh yeah.
Friendly?
Yes. He'll fight with you though. If you got a piece of apple in your hand, you better give it to him quick, because he'll try to take it away from you. This main part up to the roof and down the front and 16 feet deep was a building down on Union Street that was my mother-in-law's. And I told her I'd like to have it. She says, take it. I says, I want it up on Vestal Street. And she says, do it then. So that was on Thursday, Sunday at Sutton Yard here. Oh, I've had this here probably maybe as much as 30 years. This is a sander that I use on the handles and things of the baskets.
Okay, so that's what you did. You were a basket maker.
After I retired, I became a basket maker. And right now, my eyesight isn't as good as it should be. What I did, I built this table to go with the lathe, and if I want to make a mold, I stick the mold in here on a holder. I don't use the end brace, and this is how I cut it with this cutter that goes in and out, and that I can do it in about 1/3 the time I could freehand, and it'd be accurate, just as accurate as could be. Put the rim on.
You got that okay?
Yep. I can grind my baskets more perfect with the machine than I can do by hand.
Can I ask you how old you are?
Yep.
How old are you?
Just 86.
86. 6.
Yeah, that's what I said. Table here moves. And if I rounded the corner of this, I could have this, and when it started to get a little bit dirty, I could go in a little bit more and it would hit in another place, and I don't have to chew the stone up so much.
Did you design this? Did you make that for this?
No,
It comes like that, huh?
No, I read it in a book.
Okay.
That's how to do it. And I have a furnace here, and if it comes on, you won't be able to hear anything, because I just had a new burner put in, and this sign says, "You want it when?"
Wait, are you still doing a lot of work at 86?
No, because I can only get about 4 or 5 hours in a day if I'm lucky. I just can't work as long as I did before.
How do you feel aside from that? How's your health aside from that?
Oh, you changed it from how do you feel? I was going to say with my fingers. But I bought this rig especially separate, and it holds the blade more even and stiffer, and you get a better cut. John? You couldn't hold it in your fingers and get it that accurate, very accurate. I made sure of that. Here's a thing that I use an awful lot right here. This was my own idea. I can put this in here like that and turn it down. And then I go, that's a cam too. And see, that holds that hard. And I can cut in and I can move it up. And this part here, I took from a pressure cooker one because they had the best angle that I had seen. And that was a floor scrubber. One of those goes one way and one goes the other. So what I do, I can hold it in a pair of pliers, but I don't particularly like the idea of the pliers. So what I do here is I take an escutcheon pin like this, put it in there like that, real hard and tight, put a little bit of oil on it, and this is a die, and then I put this in here like this, and see, and that's going in.
Yeah.
Then I go the other way, and that comes out, and that's threaded for the nut for the handle.
Oh, I see.
And let me shut this thing off. And so I made that up, and I had this, it went with my thickness planer, but I never did what they wanted me to do because I didn't want it for that anyhow. And so that's how I make that.
So you take these without anything on them.
Those are escutcheon pins.
Escutcheons, and then they have
Do you know what an escutcheon is?
No.
Sometime on the old trunks, you saw on the corner, a brass corner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they nailed it on with these nails. I have, this is my glue gun, and this here is a timer. I mean, when I put it on, if I see that, I know that it's on.
That's a light shade.
It's
Can we see it on?
Tin can, but don't put the name on there. They'll get advertised for nothing, and some other company will come after me. These are bottoms, I think.
are they bottoms?
Yeah, because they got a hole in them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say that to be funny, but I mean, we screw this on. The top ones, we usually hold them on with a clamp. I have a few customers that I want to keep, and I don't want too many more because I can't take care of them. And then there's a couple other ones I don't want anyhow. I lectured for NESDA, and I used to talk on baskets. And so I would tell the people there, when I got to a certain place, I says, you think it's a lot to play for a basket, $800 to $1,000 for a 7x9 basket with a piece of scrimshaw in it. I said, to make the basket, bottom and top, cut out the stays like you have to and everything. That's 3 days. If you charge $25 an hour, that's $200 a day. Then I said, it's going to take you another day to finish the basket, urethane it, put on the hinges, and that kind of stuff. And that's another day, so that's another $200. So there's $1,000 right there. And then if you have buy a piece of ivory and have it scrimshawed for you, that's probably $350. So you're going to, if you pay from $1,000 to say $1,500 for a basket by a professional who is real good at doing it, it will last you for 100 years. And he is making a living making these baskets. That's what some of them do. They just do that for a living. This was, for me, after I retired from carpentry, I had 2 or 3 things I was going to do, but I could do better here with less amount of stock and make enough so that I can live with what I make and what I get for Social Security, and I also can eat out once in a while, which I couldn't do if I didn't have this business. I paid for this half an acre, I paid $200. And one of the appraisers was up here, told my son, don't you let your father sell that for under $600,000. And he said, with that, we could live like rich people down in the islands, down in the... But I like Nantucket, and